Okay, so I wanted to give a few disclaimers before this long-awaited video begins. For one, I will only be showing photos in this video, not videos, as Austin will try to copyright strike this video and use the excuse that it's the original creator's decision whether or not they own clips as leverage to justify sending false strikes. The second disclaimer is for Austin himself. If you or any of your fans make any attempts to take this video down, I will be forced to escalate this situation even further, possibly on a legal level. Numerous videos of mine have been taken down by you and your fan brats, and I will not be silenced any longer. The truth is coming out whether you like it or not, and there's nothing y'all can do about it. And the third and final disclaimer is something I can't stress enough times. Do not attack anyone mentioned in this video. I literally have an animatic at the start of every video, including this one, that I completely detest harassment being spread to anyone. So don't be an idiot and have some common sense. Anyways, on to the actual video now. I originally wasn't going to make this video at all in the first place, but after some thinking, and Winter the Second uploading a video on Brainiac Adam, someone Austin is defending, despite the fact that there is a buttload of evidence that Adam is a pedophile by definition. And after Winter the Second commented on my community post announcing this video's existence, giving me some words of encouragement, I have finally decided to say, enough is enough, Austin. This accountability isn't persecution bullshit. This false copyright striking, this silencing of others speaking the truth. All of this ends right fucking now. I had made a document back in September for this very moment that I'm sure a lot of you have seen, but for those who haven't, we will primarily go over this document in video form, and then we'll cover some recent incidents involving more copyright strikes being sent out, his plans to report the Google document in attempt to silence me again, and more. Let's get right into it. This is Austin's end, an egotist. So I want to say right off the bat that Adam, the person Austin is defending, is a legal predator. And I want you all to understand something. And this goes for you as well, Austin. It is absolutely illegal to distribute, possess, or even create any visual depictions of minors engaging in sexual activities. That does include the characters dancing naked. So that means what Adam did isn't just something horrible to defend. Adam committed a federal fucking crime. And the fact that Austin is defending a predator and attempting to silence people for calling both of them out, that means he is not legally off the hook either, and that's for one simple reason. 3 words. Obstruction of justice. Obstruction of justice is the crime of willingly interfering with law and justice. This can be considered as such in multiple ways, but the main one is threatening or tampering with witnesses. All the witnesses to Adam's actions are rightfully calling them out, and Austin is being seen actively filtering all the posts and attempting silence people coming out about him and Adam. Now, since Austin is Canadian and not American like me and a lot of you probably watching this video, I had to do a bit more digging for this one, and what I found was absolutely insane and will hopefully finally put Austin in his place. So for those that have basic knowledge of the law, you'd know that obstruction of justice in a large majority of cases is considered a federal crime in the United States. That should be common knowledge, but I wanted to see how the law goes about obstruction of justice laws in Canada. And turns out that after a bit more digging, obstruction of justice is also a federal crime in Canada, according to Revised Statutes of Canada Act of 1985, Section 139. This means that Austin over here technically committed a federal crime by silencing people speaking the truth about Adam. This is punishable by a maximum of 10 years in jail. Why do all you fucking Austin fan brats still support him? Obstruction of justice is almost always illegal, yet some of you people still side with him. How fucking sad is that? But anyways, side tangent over, onto the actual document itself. Let's start off by talking about his childish behavior. On September 10th, 2023, a Discord call occurred where several people were confronting him for something. I don't know the full context of this Discord confrontation, but he had the most pathetic mental slip and start raging like a fucking lolcow. For context, Austin was born on October 21st in the year 2000, meaning at most he was 22 years old at the time. Here's one of the images from the video where Austin lost his shit. The fact of the matter is, though, Austin is completely incapable of acting his age, and this becomes even more evident when we go further into the document. I have covered this topic many times before, probably more times than necessary, but Austin has been and is still continuing to this day silencing people speaking the truth. If Austin did just 5 to 10 minutes of research regarding Adam's actions, which even then is probably more time than needed, he would see that what Adam did is completely outlandish and illegal. I cannot say this enough. The material that Adam made is legally declared as CP, and yet people still fucking support him. I am literally shaking to death at the thought of Austin and Adam getting away with what they both did. And because Austin has just under 10 times more subscribers than me, people are obviously going to take the side of the Austin as they're more well-known. But the YouTube community needs to understand. That is not always the case, because a lot of YouTubers are less well-known than some other big or semi-big names. They always get the short end of the stick, and they're the ones being falsely hated on for doing more research than the other YouTuber. YouTube is literally subscribe to win, and that's a fact. It's the same thing as pay to win, but it's subscribers and not real money. Now let's get into the section about Austin sending false copyright strikes to people. On August 15th, 2025, I had announced that my first video on Austin and Brainiac Adam was falsely striked down by Austin, which, by the way, I unfortunately had to delete myself recently due to the pressure from the situation back when I first made this document in September. But that video was taken down by Austin mere hours after it first went public, meaning at that point, I was now at 2 copyright strikes, which, if I got one more strike, it would have meant the end for my channel. Now, at that time in mid-August, I only had about 190 subscribers, and Austin had well over 3.6 thousand. That was almost 20 times more subscribers than me at the time, which is just so fucking disgusting. Austin even tried to accuse me of being a creep because I had used some of his clips in my now deleted videos on him, and while he tries to justify the copyright strikes by saying that it's the original creator's decision to choose whether or not someone can use their content, it doesn't change the fact that his false copyright strikes were still false. My videos were protected under fair use. Welcome to the internet, dumbass. People don't need your permission to use your clips in their videos. As a 25-year-old, quite literally a grown-ass man, you should absolutely let that be known to you. Absolutely pathetic, egregious, and completely unacceptable. Even if you own the clips, you still cannot falsely strike videos made out of you down. Through your shitty and obviously false logic, I would be able to strike down people for criticizing my content. That is not how it works. Quit fucking acting like you know what you're talking about. I then told him in a now-deleted community post that if he promised to stop striking people falsely, myself included, that if he removed the strikes, I would stop making videos on him. He agreed and removed the strikes. I didn't talk about him again for the next month or so, until someone named Chronic999, whose account actually got terminated recently, rest in peace, got struck down by Austin. Austin essentially broke his end of the deal. I had told him if he stopped striking people down, I would stop making videos on him. And as you might have assumed, on September 14th, 2025, I decided to break my end of the deal as well by making another video on what happened. But for some reason, Austin decided to twist the entire story to make me seem like the bad guy, saying that I broke my end of the deal first. Austin, I never said I wasn't going to keep those videos private. I was going to keep them private if you stopped fucking striking people. I explicitly said that if you stopped, I would stop making videos about you and keep the other pre-existing videos private. But you struck down Chronic's video on you when you promised me that you wouldn't strike anyone else down. You were the one that broke the deal first, not me, making this entire claim completely baseless. However, the next morning when I woke up, I discovered that my video on Austin was taken down via one of Austin's fan brats mass reporting the video. It was apparently violating child safety policies when I never once condoned, supported, or even praised predatory behavior. If anything, I have absolutely zero tolerance for it. I tried appealing the video, but unfortunately, not even 2 hours later, the appeal was unsurprisingly rejected, and I got a community guideline warning that is supposed to expire in about 60 days, or December 28th. At that point, I made the Google Doc that is being summarized in this video public. But we're not done yet, believe it or not, because we still have one more section before the more recent stuff. If you want to view the document in its entirety, the link will be in the description. But before we get to the recent stuff, I wanted to talk about how Austin and his fans affected me mentally, and how they all need to be stopped and possibly have their hard drives checked. I was genuinely shaking to fucking death at the thought of Adam and Austin both getting away with what they're doing. Adam is a person who's a threat to fucking children, and Austin is a person who has been essentially harassing multiple minors like myself with channel-ruining consequences that aren't even warranted. Neither, and I mean this with complete confidence, neither of them are people whom y'all can trust. Especially Austin. The fact that people still support both of them to this day makes me genuinely want to puke. Now let's get into the more recent stuff since the document was created. About 1 to 2 days ago, Austin made a post on his channel announcing his intentions to get the document reported and taken down for disturbing and inappropriate content, quote-unquote. I want everyone to archive the document as soon as possible before it gets deleted. We are not being silenced any fucking longer. And around the same time, Austin also falsely took down a video by someone named Chroma CJ, citing harassment as the reason. Chroma, of course, decided to do the logical thing in this situation and confront him on Austin's Discord server, in which he demanded Austin to address the false takedown he filed against Chroma. Austin told Chroma to buzz off before blocking him shortly after. Chroma then got a companion of theirs to confront Austin, and this is what happened. They sent Austin a screenshot of Adam flat out admitting to making the video, and Austin responded by calling them a retard. They said that Viley, one of the minors in Adam's video, was 15 or 16 at the time. Austin tried using the age of consent in the UK as an excuse to justify Adam's video. If y'all remember when Techno Glitch, another predator who used the same excuse to justify the video he made out of Sage and Abigail, the person that exposed him explained that age of consent doesn't matter if any minors are involved. It is absolutely illegal regardless of age of consent. Austin kept calling this person a retard over and over again. Austin has claimed and continues to maintain his stance that just because he's autistic, he's allowed to say the R word. Dude, that still doesn't make it okay to call people retards whenever you want. That is absolutely ableist of you to be doing that shit. And by the end of their back and forths, Austin ended up blocking this person as well. In conclusion, everyone, Austin is not a person who you can trust at all. He isn't doing justice. He is defending someone that preys on fucking children and is being extremely malicious. The fact that people still aren't getting any shit for defending him is absolutely insane, and I do feel like these people need to be criticized and made aware that Austin is a horrible person. And Austin, if any attempts are made to mass report this video, false copyright strike it, spread hate my way, or all of the above, there will be legal consequences, and you will be held legally responsible. I have been a victim of you for months, and I'm done being harassed by you and your fans. My voice is going to be heard regardless of what happens. If you want me to confront Austin on Discord in another video, let's hit 20 likes on this video. Anyways, I'll see y'all around. Thank you all for watching.